Friends podcast. We're on episode number
Whoop, whoop.
12. This is your girl, Kimberly,
Wow. Amila. Amila.
and we got a lovely show waiting for you, coming up for you. We were out here in the streets this weekend. We did a lot, so we got a lot to discuss. Uh, um,
We
Yeah,
was
we
in
got a
them
lot.
streets.
Yeah, we got a lot to discuss. We got the whole Verizon fan fest. We got the Nacho Daddy. I'm quite sure you've already saw the information that we posted on social media. So just know that this should be a very exciting show for us, because we're talking about a lot of things.
That we are. We're talking about a lot. Sorry, moving my computer up just so y'all can possibly see me. But my question, since I'm in charge of the social media question for the day, for the week, for the episode, and my question is, and I heard this, I think, the other day on in your time, where would you go? Or what time would you go? Or
Oh,
what year would you go back to?
like if you can go back in time?
No, don't tell.
You said if you can go
If you
back in
could go
time.
back to a particular year, or if there was a, yeah, if you can go back and say, I would like to relive this certain era of time, or I would like to experience this particular era of time, what would it be?
Oh, I feel like maybe if I was grown in like the 80s or the 90s, because it just seemed like a cool
Okay.
time then. So I would think maybe that would be great. I'm not trying to go back
Okay.
too far because I ain't
Okay.
trying to be no slave, and I don't want to be working on the plantation, and I don't want to, be using colored water fountains. So to be on the safe side, let's just go with the 80s or 90s grown, because yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't
Okay.
I don't want to experience anything like that.
I would say for me, the 90s, the time period, I would say between 95 to like 99, or even like maybe to 2003, maybe. That was a good time for me.
1999,
But if
2003.
I could really, really experience it, yeah, to 2003, 95 to 2003, that was a good time. That was college. Life was carefree. Stuff was cheap. You know, gas was cheap.
Mm.
Uh, I had a little car, a little Metro, baby, that didn't go but 85 miles an hour. The little boo boo, the little tennis shoe. Life was good. But if I could experience a time, I think it would be the 70s, because it seemed like the 70s was a good time.
Mm.
It seemed like everybody had fun in the 70s. It was just chill. So I would like to go to the 70s.
They had like bell bottoms with the platform shoes with the fish in it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Happened.
But yeah,
So
that's
I
it.
would go with the 70s.
Okay then.
Yeah. And then too, because I watched Yacht Rock documentary, and then, most of the music from that time was like in the 70s. And it just seems like it was Everybody was cool.
Mm,
So I would like to
okay.
go to the 70s. Since I've already experienced mine, like 95 to 2003, I've already experienced that. But I would like to go into the 70s.
Like
You know,
grown into the
like
70s, or
it was
or
cool. Like a cool time.
like grown.
I mean, I guess probably not, well, grown enough to do some stuff. So I would say like between 18 and 25 in the 70s.
Okay. Yeah,
They
that's
seem like they had fun in the 70s.
they didn't have the color
You
water
know, they
fountains
just
then,
chilled.
so they didn't have the color water fountain. So I think that's probably fine. That's probably fine. I'm just saying. I don't. I
I
don't.
mean, yeah. I mean, I think, they were just free. They did a little, this, that, everybody survived. The music was good. Seemed like they partied, with nobody standing on a wall in the 70s. Everybody had a good time. And that was like it was in the 90s. We went to the club, we danced all night.
Okay.
You know, people looked after each other. It was fun. That's my question. So, what do you guys think? What time would you like to relive or experience? Another time was water fountains, which was probably
Yeah,
be
drop it in the comments and let us
like the
know.
50s. I think the 50s, like maybe not the segregation, but everybody dressed all, fancy. They had dresses and gloves and.
Well, I would say normally I like,
Just dressed every day.
flappers and stuff like that. So like the 1920s, but like I said, that was still no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. I want to be fun. I don't want to be traumatized. I don't want to go back to a traumatizing time. I'm just saying. I don't want to be traumatized.
I don't think it was like traumatizing. You think it was like traumatizing back then?
Girl, they had color water fountains. Yes, it was traumatizing. Whites only. You couldn't go nowhere. Like in the 20s, I'm talking about the 20s. Girl, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are you pixelating?
You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, hello. Okay, sorry. Uh, but I mean, you think it wasn't segregated? Segregated during the flapper time, was it? That was the 20s.
1920s.
I thought
Yes.
everybody got along in the 20s. The people didn't get along in the 20s.
Come on now. Come on. Be for real. Be very for real.
I thought everybody got along in the 20s.
No.
Maybe they did overseas.
They still had color water fountains, girl. You thinking everybody got along? They weren't even integrated in school. Not, no, no. Because keep in mind, I think Tulsa happened in the 1920s. Let me double check.
Oh, oh, the Tulsa riots.
Black Wall Street. I
Maybe
think
you're
that happened
right.
in the 20s.
I thought people got along, back. I mean, of course there was segregation, but I thought, everybody flapping.
Yeah, that was in 1921. Absolutely not.
Oh, well, maybe. No, we're not going that far back.
Look what I said. Let me be safe in the 80s and 90s.
that's why. That's why I played it safe in the 70s. Give me the 70s. I mean, the 80s. I think that's when dope like really came around. So I really wouldn't want to be doing that era. But
I
the
don't
70s.
think you gotta do the dope. If that Just because that's the era does not mean you gotta do the activities. OMG. I'm not doing dope. I don't do none of that.
Don't want to do the dope.
Mm-mm.
But it's like if you went to a party in the 80s, like you, it was like it was a requirement that you do the dope, like the
No.
uppercase dope.
The booger sugar?
Yeah, the booger sugar.
Absolutely not.
You know, that's what that time looked like in the 80s. Like in the 70s, they probably did a little marijuana. That's about all they probably did. But not the uppercase dope. They did lowercase dope in the 70s.
Absolutely not. No.
But
Like, no. Absolutely no.
okay, because that segues into okay, because we both watched the Gloria Gaynor movie, I Will
Yes.
Survive,
Hmm.
which, again, it's the only song I knew she sung, and boy, did they sing I Will Survive in this movie.
Too
Woo!
many times. Absolutely too many times.
Baby, they sung I Will Survive with a band, a cappella, with a track. I Will Survive. But you think about it, during that time with her, she was doing the Booger Sugar, and that was in the 80s. Wasn't in the 70s she wasn't singing I Will Survive, was she?
Um, yeah.
I,
It hit 1978.
oh,
You and
shoot.
your years are off, so off. Your years are off. According to good old Wikipedia, I Will Survive was in 1978.
That's when that song came out.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like, but it seemed like they were discoing in the 80s.
No, disco was like 70s to me, 60s and 70s.
No, disco was not in those 60s, ma'am. They was
I
sock
feel like
hopping in the 60s.
that's like the 50s. I think you got your generations wrong. You got your
I
decade
know, let me
twisted.
tell you, I know disco was not in those 60s. I thought disco came like in the 80s. Like, I didn't think it was like in the 70s when she was singing I Will Survive.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly when it was.
Hmm. Okay. Well, she was using cocaine back then. Uh, but again, I thought, let's just say the movie, I didn't know much about Gloria, and I still don't know if I really know a whole lot about her. Uh, in the movie, other than she had a shitty husband, which it seems like everybody that was, in the industry during that time had a shitty husband that was kind of controlling and wanted to just take over their career, you know. So that's, the gist of it, I guess. And then too, she strayed away from Jesus. Let's say that the training that she had, not the training. I don't want to say training because I think that sounds bad,
Like how
but
she grew up, her upbringing.
how she grew up. Yeah, the foundation of her, being in the Word and trusting God, from her mother or whatever, and church and things like that. And then she got tangled up, twisted up, and tied up with this man who happened to be what was his name? The
And
little
by the way,
kid
I just want to throw this out there. The apparently disco started in the late 60s.
disco.
Hmm.
Well, when was they trying to ban disco then?
Girl, I don't know. You got me out here trying to fact check stuff. I listen. I can only go so fast.
Well, that's all right. We'll do a whole day. We'll do a show one day on the eras of music for the Black History and the month. That may be something I can do. Because I really did not think disco was in those 60s. That seemed like rock and roll to me. That seemed like Elvis.
You know, several things could have happened at the same time.
Well, true. But yet and still, it seemed like it was popping back in the 70s and the 80s. Remember when they were burning records and things in the middle of the street because they was tired of disco? You don't remember seeing that on? Well, I watch a lot of documentaries. Uh,
Okay.
when they
'Cause
was
I'm like,
rolling,
mm,
like they was rolling over like albums and disco stuff because they was tired of it. Oh well, but uh, Gloria Gaynor got rid of that husband, saw the light,
mhm.
got rid of him,
Went
and
back to her
she
roots.
of gospel, uh, although along with some health challenges, I would say too in between, which I think of course was stress related. And that husband of her was just he wanted to keep her overseas because he said that's where the money was. And while that may be true, because I think a lot of people during that time made a lot of their money overseas, because they just happened, in Europe, they like that kind of music. He had her all in the Russia and England. He had her all
While
in,
he at the house partying it up
you hear me?
with
Took
all
her
kind of
to
folks.
all kind of strange folk. You know what it gave me? Ike Turner vibes. Remember when Tina was in the hospital and she came back and Ike in there having a full-fledged party telling her what you running around here for? Ike Jr. around here doing la 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 and he need to go to school and you want to get sick and thing. He was having a party. And that's what her husband was doing. And then he didn't want her using the cocaine, but then had cocaine at the party.
Also, apparently, that was his name is Linwood Simon.
Okay.
By the way, um, he was also her manager, and in the movie they discussed like basically she had to like pay him off and relinquish him from basically being a manager to her any future money and stuff like that. And he was like, I made you. See, listen.
Ain't made nobody.
And like she said, if you made me, make another one.
And he did not.
Make another one. But like, I'm just gonna be honest. Um, I don't know why they gave her a movie.
You
Like,
know,
like,
I agree. It wasn't out, and nothing against the Gloria, because high five to her for surviving life.
mhm.
Uh, but it again, I feel like if she that could have been a 30-minute, that could have been a 45-minute unsung.
Yeah, it could have been something else. Like, no disrespect to her, cause I don't know her like that.
Right.
And but I just don't. It's like her story wasn't even that compelling. It was just mostly like her singing the song over and over and over and over again in different places. And I didn't like that. Like I literally like text you and I was like, so how many times did she sing this song? Like
50 limb. I
so
mean,
because I was so shocked because I'm like, she just singing, he partying, she singing, he partying, she singing, he partying, she singing. And I'm like, when are they gonna do something else? Like, I'm not saying that she needed to be abused or anything like that, but like, show me something. Like, show me you in the studio. Like, show me you writing a song or thinking, like, because I don't think she wrote it. I don't know. But like, show me something that is compelling. But it was just like you said, no, it could have been like a 15-minute unsung. It won't even have to be 45 minutes because it wasn't enough.
I think I mean I agree. Again, I watched it because I like Robin Roberts on Good Morning America, so she was talking about it. But again, I just feel like it wasn't not that it all every entertainer story doesn't need to be told in a movie format. I
Mm-mm.
think this one would have been better if maybe they did like a little sit again, like unsung. Sit down with her, have people come in, and chit chat and give a little behind the scenes of what was going on. Because, yeah, a 2 hour movie of I Will Survive
And she's
wasn't
still
hitting.
alive. So like this could have been better. Like I don't know why I don't know why they decided to I don't know why they decided to use her. Because like I said, it wasn't, and don't get me wrong, I love I Will Survive. I love the song, but I'm just saying it's not, her story wasn't, it wasn't like she had a extraordinary story. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Like, got married, he's my manager, I go sing,
He party.
he party, I go sing again, he
He
party,
party.
I divorce him,
He
I
party.
get him out of my thing. You know, it was like the unentertaining version of the Tina Turner story without, because it's, and
I
like
mean,
Tina
because it
Turner,
wasn't like she.
Tina Turner done changed the name. Like it's a, not saying I wasn't looking for her to be abused or anything like that. I'm just
Right.
saying, like, I- like, what was your struggles? Like, maybe if she
And she
did have a,
really, she
maybe if
did.
she had like a drug problem or something that, I'm just saying, like, or like help somebody out or adopted some kids or something. Like, I needed something,
Some substance.
yeah, other than just this song.
Yeah, because it wasn't like she had a traumatic childhood or anything. She had a mother that loved her. She had a sister. I can't remember if she mentioned her father, but yet again, her mama, was a devout Christian. You know, again, it wasn't like she just struggled again. Or if she did, they didn't show that part
Right.
of if there was a true life struggle of, her life. Again, I think probably the only thing that she was battling with was maybe whether she wanted to sing gospel, you know, secular music. I think that might have, but that wasn't really a struggle for her because again, all we knew of her was "I Will Survive." Now I can't remember that other song that she was singing maybe at the beginning, but again, we know of her is "I Will Survive," and again, it was whether it was a cappella, it was with a band, or it was with a track. That was all we heard of her.
So
So
she had a version of Never Can Say Goodbye. That's probably what
never
you heard
can
because that was
say yeah,
1974.
and that was it. And that was at the beginning. And after that, everything after was "I Will Survive" until she did a gospel song in between. And again, it was just her trusting God, seeing the light, seeing the signs, and obeying God. So it
I
just
think that
wasn't.
should have been tapped into more, like the whole reference with, the battle between, secular music and gospel music. I think that could have been more of the story, but like I said, I wasn't, like, it could have been something like maybe the church being mad at, because, like, I think it's the Clark sisters that had the
Mm-hmm.
movie. Their movie was
Yeah,
entertaining. Like,
very. Mm-hmm.
and they kind of had a struggle with, you know because of their denomination and stuff like that, so it could have worked, but it just didn't work for this movie. For me it
Yeah,
didn't work. I would not
it
watch
wouldn't.
it again.
And I would not. I mean, nothing against Gloria. I just wouldn't watch it again. Now, if they had
Hey
something else
sis.
that was a little bit more telling, huh?
No, my sister
What
said
you say?
hey. My sister said hey,
Hey.
and I'm saying hey back to her.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't watch it again. I mean,
No, it took everything
it
for
was
me to watch that movie. Like, I struggled. but I watched it. But I struggled because I said,
Uh,
"Will they stop singing this song? Will they stop?"
and they did not.
No, it was too much.
But in 2 hours of I Will Survive again. However version you want it. You want it mid tempo, you want it slow. That was it.
Yeah.
That was all. So I
Let's
mean,
let's talk about something fun because, like I said, that movie. If you haven't watched it, don't worry about it. Don't. That's our review. Don't. Unless
I
you
mean,
want
if
to get
you,
some good sleep, then you can watch it. If you don't want to go to sleep, do not watch this movie.
I mean, if there's absolutely nothing else on TV, watch it.
No, no. If there's
I mean,
absolutely
but you
nothing
can.
else on TV, there's a channel called Tiny House Nation. Watch it.
I mean, you can watch Tubi, but again, if you feel like there's absolutely nothing else to watch, go for it.
You know, the struggle.
But back, let's get to the reality stuff of the foolishness and the fuckery that is Kanye West.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say this: Kanye ain't been right since his mama passed away.
I
He
don't know
ain't
if he
been.
was right before then.
He might not been right then, but she kept him in line, and she at least knew how to will him back in, or reel him back in, or whatever. She knew how to get him in. This rascal here, he is so unhinged, and I think we knew he was unhinged. But when he, let's go, the first thing, one of them, let's say this: they did shut down his shop where he was selling
Oh,
the
talking about
T-shirts with the, yeah, with the
swastika
swastikas
apparently. Yeah.
on there. He was selling T-shirts, or sweatshirts that Cassie had on when she had that issue with Diddy Bop, that domestic issue incident with Diddy Bop in the hotel. He was selling those sweatshirts. Then, from my understanding, is he went into a long rant about how he ain't a good daddy.
No,
To
he said no, no,
Yeah, tell it.
he said that Diddy was a great father and he was a better father than his father was and possibly a better father than he is, and he wants to be able to have a relationship like that with his kids.
And you know what? And I don't even get on the Kardashian side as a what I didn't Gary with it. He call him that. Uh, I'm all for Kim keeping them children away from him. That man is unstable. And who are we to say that Diddy Bop was the best daddy?
Okay, this is in Kanye mind, and he also wanted Kendrick Lamar to get on there and say free Diddy, or you yes, yes. The man is unhinged. He's being unhinged. I don't know
You know
what
what?
medication he needs. I don't know who he needs to talk to. And people are like, "Oh my goodness, but he's a genius. But he's a genius." No, he's not a genius. He is
Geniuses
literally
do have some
probably
issues
suffering
too.
from a manic episode or something. Something
But
ain't
he's
wrong with this man. And I'm
he's
not
the
trying to be
thing.
funny, like something is legit wrong with him.
Oh, I mean, I agree with you 110%. I think with him though is that he needs to get the right people around him. Kanye has too many yes people around him because there's no way if you have good friends in your life that would allow you to do the bullshit that you're doing and don't call you up on that. And also my question is too, that young lady that he's with, Bianca,
Mm.
she he done got her tangled and twisted up and tied up in that web he's in, and got her thinking it's okay to be naked out here in the streets with no shoes on and thinking it's fashion. Now everything is not fashion. And so I think Kanye, while he is probably very, very smart, not taking that away from him. He's made good music, not taking that away from him too. But also, what people need to do, he needs good people around him to have him get his shit together. You know, he certified crazy, textbook crazy, undiagnosed, unstable, diagnosed, and whatever it is, he is out there. And the stuff that he feels that he is right in saying, I'm not getting around here hollering free did it when we done seen a video of him dragging that poor girl down the hotel hallway and she didn't have no shoes on. Now, I'm not going to discredit what Diddy has probably been as a father. He probably is a good, maybe a good father. We
Yeah.
do know he's an asshole of a person, and that's just off of what people have said. But again, he's why would you say free Diddy and he's a better father than I am? No, that's
And
not
and
right.
and this is my thing. If I'm Kim and you saying that he's a better father, and allegedly he may have partake in the demise of their mama, I'd be like, absolutely not. Restraining order, order of protection. I need whatever I need. Get away from me. Like,
Because yeah, because I think until let's say this, I think those kids have definitely seen things. Those kids have definitely that house. There's I'm quite sure there's rooms that they have been in and seen some of that stuff. They've been at the parties, and I would say at least for the sons, because I feel that
yeah,
he probably has shown them a lot of stuff
yeah,
and probably has taught them how to be controlling over women or whatever the case may be. I just feel that he has done a lot. I think with him also, I think Diddy, his problem, and again, that's why we can't put people on the pedestal and say they are the best parents and better parents than I am because you're not in a household with him. You don't know what he's doing to those kids, what he said, what he's done, what they've witnessed. So you can't
yeah,
say that they are a better kid. I mean, he's a better father than what he is. You just can't say that because on the outside looking in, oh, he is the best father. He loves them. He does this. He does that. But we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And clearly, Kim has put distance between herself and them children because she know what Kanye is probably capable of. It just that man is crazy. That's
Well,
no
I think he's starving for attention. Like, and somebody said they believe he has an album coming out or something like that. He could possibly have an album, but in what world would you go out in the street in public being photographed naked and you think like, well, this is normal, unless you are at a nudist camp, unless you're at some kind of clothing optional place, you supposed to have on clothes. She didn't even look like she had on pasties or anything. Like nothing looks like it was covered.
she
And
looked
like
uncomfortable. What she
and
looked was uncomfortable.
and this is basically from backlash or whatever from her not having clothes. That's when he decided to go ahead and have his whole little rant going on. Which is completely unacceptable because I don't understand. Like, and I think, sometimes there's a lot of things that we don't supposed to understand. I don't
True.
understand him. I don't want to understand him. And I'm like, why people keep talking to him? Like, this isn't normal. Like, you're giving him the attention. I blame the shade room because I see this stuff on the shade room and I'm like, why are you giving this man this attention?
We have to look at it like this too. It's clickbait.
Of
And
course.
and it gets people to talking. It gets people to your website. Hint, we talking about it. So
True.
again, is that it it keeps him relevant, whether it's good publicity or not. It keeps him relevant, and it keeps him out there because when nobody's talking about him, he's probably feeling some kind of way
Yeah.
if he's not out there doing whatever foolishness that he does. That's just it. He likes the attention. He's a narcissistic person. That's all it is. He's a narcissist. I mean, he just likes attention, and whatever he can do to get it, he's going to get it. And any artist that supports him or is around him, that means they co-sign that foolishness that he does. That's point blank. Period.
Yeah, I agree.
If you making music with him, that means you support him, and that means that you stayed in the studio long enough with him to come up with that song, which means I'm quite sure he probably was ranting and raving and doing a whole bunch of foolishness there in that studio, which to me would drive me up the wall and make my nerves bad where I probably couldn't record anything. But considering that he is Kanye West
Your
and
nerves are
people,
bad anyway.
huh?
Your nerves are bad anyway, so I'm
They
not
are,
sure how that's
they
gonna
are, they bad. in
go.
the words, my in the words of Barbara on Abbott Elementary, you tap dancing on my last nerve, and I don't like the choreography. So therefore, why would I want to be in the studio with him? I mean, just think back of all the times he has been unhinged and he has did foolishness at award shows. All of this stuff didn't isn't, and he again, this could have been him all along. But when his mama passed, all bets were off, and all whatever little drop of sense he had was gone. And again, that's why it's important to have people around you that will say, slow down. Are you okay? Do you need something? And I feel that nobody really has asked Kanye, what is it that you need? Think about it.
But
Kim
I don't
got with
even know if he's gonna be honest with it. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be vulnerable and honest with himself to be like, I really need love. I really need a hug. I really need support. I really need this. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be honest with himself because I don't think he wants that. I think he, I think in a sense he likes this. Like,
I
he
think in a
likes
sense
feeling like this. He likes
I think
doing this.
I think in a sense he's scared to be in his feelings and to feel the feelings and emotions that he has. I think that's what it is. He's scared. He doesn't want to feel how he feels. I guarantee you that rascal probably ain't had a good cry when his mom died. Cause it's like he jumped right. He was with one girl, I think, was good in a good stable relationship with her. What he do next? Then he got with Kim. Then in that whole media frenzy, that whole, attention starved family, however you want to put it, he got with them. And
Mhm.
really, he took them to another level. They
He
people
gave
in
he
these
gave he gave a lot of credibility to Kim.
oh yeah,
He gave a lot of credibility to her.
he
Exactly.
gave a lot of credibility to her. And again, she probably wouldn't have got in half of them fashion houses as they call them in fashions if it hadn't have been for him and his connect. You think
Mhm.
about how most of these artists don't even. He was close with Jay Z. You don't see Jay Z running around there giving him a hug.
Mm-mm. And
You
then
know,
she ended up with the schemes and all that stuff. So I think a lot of what let me just say this about Kim. Kim,
she's an opportunist
I have
too.
to give her some credit though. She seems to be the Jennifer Lopez of our generation, of the younger
Minus the singing
generation.
and the dancing, so you going with the cuteness.
No, no, no. I'm just saying, like, whoever she with, that's where her attention goes.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of like with J Lo when she was with Ben Affleck, she's an actress now. When she was with Perfect, I'm a singer. When she was with Mark Anthony, I'm a Latin singer. Like I'm saying, like I feel like she kind of goes with the mood aesthetic
I agree.
of
I
her
give you
music.
that.
Yeah,
I give you that. She does go with what's cool at the moment because you're right. When she was, hollering, she was real. RULE. When she was with him, she was hood. She was Jenny from the block. So I'm picking up what you laying down. So that's probably essentially
yeah,
Kim.
yeah. And like when she got with Pete Davidson, she decided not to get too much of a tan anymore. I'm just saying, it's just a difference. I don't know who she with now or if she's with
I
anybody,
don't
but
even know
I
if she
really
is
feel
with anybody because they really haven't really said if she's with anybody right now.
yeah. But we'll definitely
So
know based on because I haven't really seen her for real on anything. But I guarantee you, if you
well, I
Google her,
mean,
you'll be
because
like,
she
"Oh, she must be with such and such because this is how her personality is wrapped up in whoever she's with."
and that's her.
Hmm.
She goes for what's hot at the moment. Let's say that,
Yeah,
and what is going to be beneficial to her.
yeah,
And so, yeah, she's an opportunist, but she used that opportunity to get what she generally wants.
yeah. Like I don't even know if she's still even doing any, if she's still trying to be a lawyer anymore. Is she?
She don't. Well, I think she may be doing a few things with the people. Cause she was doing the baby lawyer thing or whatever.
You said baby lawyer? Oh my. I don't know what it's called, but I don't know if it's called baby lawyer.
Baby lawyer. Cause whatever she was doing, you didn't have to go. She didn't have to go to school for it.
No.
It was just like you get with an
It's like
attorney and
an
get some
apprentice.
credit.
It's more like an apprenticeship, I would call it, instead of a baby lawyer.
She was going up based off credits. Uh, if she didn't have no credits, she right there doing volunteer hours to be a lawyer.
Yeah, it's just just a just a whole hot mess of things. Um, I would like to say something before we get into our next thing. So, um, I definitely appreciate all the people that went to the Verizon Fan Fest and decided to follow and subscribe to our YouTube. And if you're watching, we definitely appreciate it and definitely thank you. Get your other
Okay.
friends and family to watch us as well and subscribe. We'll definitely appreciate that. That same goes for everybody that has been watching us and subscribe to us as well. Get your family and friends, let them know. We try to have a good
Uncle,
time on
hey,
this
Uncle
show.
must not be in the group chat today.
No, he ain't said nothing in the group chat. Not
What?
one thing.
Uncle been quiet. Uncle must have forgot about us today.
But yeah, we like to laugh. We like to have fun. We like to discuss, like I said, pop culture, restaurants, food, drinks, whatever it is, wherever we go. If we go places, well, like I said, we went places this time.
We
Um,
did.
so let me just say this: we went to a new restaurant in Nashville. It's based out in Nevada. Oh, Unc said he here.
There go Unc.
It's called Nacho Daddy, and it
Mm-hmm.
is a Mexican inspired A elevated Mexican inspired restaurant.
An elevated Taco Bell.
I wouldn't say Taco Bell. It's giving me
Okay.
Taco Bell don't have elote.
Street corn.
Yeah, you're always gonna be top notch when you have that. I don't care. You're gonna be top notch for me. Um, so it just opened like Friday
A
before
week
last, I
ago.
guess. Yeah,
Nope,
we
nope.
went on
Because
Thursday.
we went on a Thursday.
And I think it
Hmm.
opened either that Friday before, that Saturday before. That's when it
Yeah,
opened. The service wasn't bad. We had actually the service was really great.
it was.
Uh, it wasn't really a big crowd when we got there because we got there like a little bit before 5 o'clock
Hmm.
ish.
Yeah.
I want to say this: I parked across the street because who is parking up that garage? That is the worst garage that was invented. Something is not
Facts.
right. It's too narrow and then it's too whiny. Pick a
I
straight
went
spot.
up and turned around.
Yeah,
I didn't even
I
go
did
up.
too. I went up and I said, "Oh, absolutely not. Let me get out of this parking garage. Let me just park on the street because
And
it's
the
not
Lord
worth
saw
it."
fit for me to get one in the front, which means I had to use my parallel parking skills.
But I will say I enjoyed my food. I got the filet mignon, um, fajitas
Mm.
because I wanted Mexican rice. Um, that's mostly why I got it. Now I'm gonna also, well, I'll let Mila give her a rendition of everything. But I had that. I had the elote and I also had I think it was a peach.
No, it wasn't peach. Yeah, it was.
It was a peach. A
Was it
peach,
peach?
maybe like a peach sangria or something like that. Peach
Margarita.
some I have to look it up.
It was a
But
margarita.
you tell how your experience was.
The drinks were good. The service was good. The manager was awesome. Ryan.
Mhm.
For me, given that I'm a picky eater,
Mhm.
because what I ordered was the lobster and crab nachos. Um, for
Worst
me,
decision ever for her.
pretty much it was the worst decision because to me, if I'm just it was just the lobster and cheese and the chips, and for me it just wasn't seasoned. But I have to give credit what credit is due. Kim was like, "Well, you really didn't get the stuff that make the seasoning or the taste." So I
Because
just made a bad.
who gets nachos without getting the pico de gallo, without getting the sour cream, without getting the, like, you're not getting the good stuff. The reason why people eat nachos. You should have just said like no, like
I should have
you
just
should have got
got
a
a
taco. She should have got a taco or something.
Thanks. So I should have just gotten a taco, uh, because my choice of food was not good. I did eventually get the lobster taco, and it was okay, but yet and still, if you basic and plain like me, it's not the place to go, unless you're just going to get tacos. And I'm just a meat and cheese person, so I can't really, you know, I give a tens across the board for the drinks and the service. Uh, but I guess just as far as what I ordered, I just made a bad choice. Would I go back? I would go back and try it again, but again, I would try something different. But for the picky eater such as me, no.
And we both had it's the white peach margarita. That's what it was.
Okay.
So we both had that. I drunk mine really fast. I felt like
And surprisingly, I
I
was
just
slow
drink
drinking.
things I just drink things really fast anyway. Um probably was thirsty already and was like,
He was
let me just drink
parched.
this. Um, but the drink was good. Now let me say this. That price tag is a Vegas price tag. If you know anything about Vegas, that's a Vegas price tag. Now, if you
That
go to
part.
this place and you like nachos and things like that, then definitely they
Yo,
give you enough that you can actually split it with someone. So
true.
I would
Somebody
say
that likes all the
let's
extra
say,
stuff. Let's
and
let's
like
say
the
that.
same thing, like yes. So if
Hmm.
somebody both like lobster or whatever and crab, then you can share this, and it's gonna make sense for you from a financial standpoint. Because otherwise, the price was the price, and the
It
price
was Vegas price in Nashville.
it was yes, it was Vegas pricing. Um, like I said, I did enjoy it. What we're thinking about doing, going back and exclusively ordering from the happy hour menu because that's more reasonable.
Price savvy.
Yes. Now the happy hour menu, it's more in line with what you will probably spend at any other Mexican restaurant. But again, unless you're planning on splitting the food or taking the food home. Like I took my food home and I had 3 meals for my food. I ate it that night and then I ate it for probably breakfast and lunch that Friday. I'm just saying. I woke up like, let me eat some.
So again, I'm basic, so you don't want to take that one from that recommendation from me. Take it from Kim.
Yeah, cause yeah. But the drink was good. I didn't
It
really feel
was.
like it was, you know, but I also didn't want to really like
It was during the
I
week.
didn't feel anything. Yeah, it was on a Thursday. But yeah, I enjoyed it and I would definitely go back, but I would be exclusive to the happy hour menu. And the corn is on the happy hour menu. So if you like corn like me, happy hour, happy hour.
She was
Um,
happy about that.
exactly. Cause otherwise those prices are those prices. That's all I can really say about that.
Not those prices were
Mhm.
those
I was
prices.
like, I literally for these prices, I should have just went to Fleming's.
Mm. Now that used
Now
to be
we
a
need
good
to,
old.
yeah, we need to go back to Fleming's because we ain't been in a while. Because they got the beef Wellingtons now, and I'm all about that.
Do they have my filet mignon flatbread?
I don't know if it's on the happy hour menu, but
Mm.
they probably still have it. I don't know, but I know my beef Wellingtons are.
Okay,
Um,
so yeah, we need to go back there.
yeah. Also want to let you know that if you have any restaurant suggestions, movie, TV shows that you want us to watch, feel free to drop us an email at reallifeishfriends@gmail.com, or you
Mm-hmm.
can text us at 615-475-8152. Again, that's 615-475-8152, and provide your suggestions. We definitely greatly appreciate that. So,
Mm-hmm.
any other
Mm-hmm.
takes about Nacho Daddy before we get
No,
to?
like I say, I mean, again, atmosphere was good, but just for the basic eater, no. But if you like a good drink, yes.
Okay. So, what everybody's been waiting for us to talk about the lovely Verizon Fan Fest, which also included for us to basically watch the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It was.
And like I said, that's how we found several of our subscribers, and like I said, we definitely greatly appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had fun.
It was fun.
We took so many pictures.
We did, and let me tell you, there was not a photo booth. But a photo booth hate to see us coming. Let
Okay.
me tell you that.
And then let me tell you about the weekend I kind of had. I just want to side note this. So I volunteered on Saturday night, and one of the volunteer events that I was doing the photo booth. So fast forward to Verizon Fan Fest. There is a photo booth there, unmanned photo booth. And you would have swore I was a Verizon rep because the way I was like, go out here and take it. Do you want boomerang? Do you want photo? Do you want a gift? What do you want? What would you like to
We
have? I
did
was
kind of
like,
work the photo booth.
like we were volunteers or working. We was really like, no, go do it again. Go do it again. We were taking
Telling
all
people how to
everybody's
pose.
suggestions. Okay. Because this is our world, of course. Because we are over here like we are literally manning the photo booth. Because there was a lot of people, because this is the issue. They had a photo booth, they had all these options. Well, you had the camera right here. Someone had to click it. There was no
Hmm.
one to click it. Luckily,
That was
we were there
us.
together so we could click for each other. But then, like, we had a person behind us. I was like, you want us to just click it for you? Just go up there. Because they were going to literally start walking back. You were probably going to fall or not make it back in time to get a real good pose.
And by
You
the
don't
time
want
they
us to
count
do that.
down, you gonna be sideways in your picture.
Exactly. You know how many times I struggled to do a boomerang and somebody was clicking it for me? Imagine if I had to do this all on my own. And when I tell you, so what's also crazy about the whole situation with these little photo booths is that please don't ever go. Let me just warn people right now, do not ever go to this photo booth with someone that you're not supposed to be with,
Mm.
especially if someone you know or someone that knows your person is there. You're gonna get told on. I'm just gonna let you know. Someone's gonna tell, because all you have to do once they send you the link, you click view all or something like that,
Oh, because it did
and
show
you're gonna
everything.
see everybody picture. So that's what I'm saying. Do not go to these photo booths if you want to, like, oh man, we're gonna have this little cute little picture and
Mm-mm.
nobody's gonna be the wiser. You better hope that person's friends or family members are not there and take a photo, because once they do and click, it's a wrap. You're gonna get told on. Someone's gonna tell.
Facts.
Someone's gonna tell. Because we got everything. Because I felt a little bad for this little boy, because I was like, you just wanted to one photo or whatever he wanted to give, and I was pressing it obviously for him because again I'm the non-volunteer of the photo booth. Uh, and I was like, oh, you only did the one. He did a great job with his gift, but he only did the one. And then as I press on the thing, I realized this little boy, he took just as many photos as we did. And mind you, it's two of us. We did like 10 or 15 apiece. And then we did a couple of them together. And I'm like, he's over here doing the little, like, he was out here. He was just out
And then the little girls that were doing their
here. I
gymnastic
know.
splits. But it was really fun. So let's say the weather the day before was perfect. It would have been perfect if the weather we had that Saturday was that Sunday.
Yeah.
Because Sunday it was, chilly
Mhm.
and it was rainy. Uh and so we didn't go out on the field. They had some activities out on the football field. And then you can also watch the game on the big jumbotron or the big screen on the field. But inside was where, oh, when you come in, um, you get your little wristband and then you get a $25
The
food
food
voucher
voucher. Hmm.
uh, that you can get up there, upstairs to eat. And $25 really go a long way.
Hmm.
Uh so that was good. Then the wristband you can get, which we didn't find out till after
Yeah.
we had purchased the first drink, was that we could have got free drinks, which would have just been beer or wine. But yet and still nobody told us until we done bought one drink or whatever.
For twenty
And
dollars. For $20. One drink for $20.
yes, Lord. But I did get an extra because the bartender thought I was cute, so he did give me another.
Basically, what the bartender told her. She said something about she was
I was cold.
yeah, she was cold, and he said, "If I wasn't married, I know how to warm you up." I said, "Okay,
Well,
okay."
I took it, and then I went back over there and got me a wood, 3 Tito's and cranberry juice. So, shout out to the bartender.
I
I
know
like
she
the
did not say
bar.
that. She did not say that man name.
I ain't gonna
He
say
might be
it.
in trouble. He might have been the only. Was he the only? Never mind.
No,
That's
but
a conversation.
shout out to him. Um, and then again, it was a nice event.
Yeah,
There was
a
two
family friendly event. Kids
family
were
friendly
there. They had big head cartoons. They had caricatures
caricatures. Yeah.
there as well. They also
Mhm.
had some players that were out there, took pictures with them. Um, they went to the University of Tennessee, so that's
I told the people my brother, my sister, and my niece went to UT, so high five to them.
because they
But
asked me what team I was gonna go for, and I was like, I'm wearing green. Clearly, I'm going for the Eagles. Also, Jalen Hurt, Devontae Smith, like I'm Alabama roll tide. I almost wanted to say roll balls to him, but I was like, that sounds stupid.
the roll ball, see there,
I'm
you
trying to help
being
him out. I
messy.
was trying to help him out.
No, but it was definitely a fun, fun, fun event. And thanks to Verizon, you
Yeah.
know, been a Verizon customer, so it has this niche.
And let me
It's
just go
good.
ahead and say this because my best friend texted me and she was like, yeah, what are you going to say? Because I was really mad about what you said about the halftime show. First of all, I didn't want to watch the halftime show. The
No,
only
she did
reason
not.
why I watched the halftime show is because this girl right here decided, because clearly she must not watch no part of football because it was 8 minutes and some left at the Super Bowl, and she was like, "I think I want to go home." Or initially, she said, "I think I want to watch this halftime show at home." And I said, "Oh, it's 8 minutes and something. You got plenty of time to get home." I'm so afraid that they're gonna have the show. And I said, "Do you not understand how long 8 minutes is in football terms?" Just for the record, it was 40 minutes.
It
Just for the
wasn't no
record.
40
Yes, it
minutes.
was. Yes, it was. That was at 6:42 in he didn't start performing until like 7:12 or something like that. 7:15. It was definitely over 40 minutes. I told you would have got home. So I had to sit there and watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know Kendrick like that. Had he never had that beef with Drake and had Not Like Us, I wouldn't have known not one song from Kendrick. I'm not one of his fans. I was never going to be his fan. I'm still not his fan. So read, understand. I'm not a Kendrick fan. And I'm gonna tell you this because I've thought about this.
Okay.
Now, I am a Rihanna fan. I buy her music. Like I buy
Mm-hmm.
her music. I buy Fenty. Like I'm a Rihanna fan. If someone told me that they didn't like Rihanna's halftime show, I could get that. I could totally understand because if you're not her fan, of course, you don't know the songs, you're probably not going to like her halftime show. I totally understand. I liked it because I know all of her songs and I was singing right along with her.
Mm.
So apply that same theory to Kendrick Lamar. I don't know that man.
I know the
So
man.
therefore, I did not care for the halftime show. And I don't care if you say, oh my goodness, you went over your head. Oh, you just don't understand this. I don't care. Call me. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I'm not going to respond to it. I'm gonna tell you, have a great day, like I did on my tickets in the talks for the people that told me to shut up and told me about Harriet Tubman. Like, please stop playing with me. Like, just because I don't like his halftime slow, I'm gonna be a slave. Excuse me, I want freedom.
What you want? Free.
I want freedom. What is you talking about? I want the freedom to have my own opinion about this show.
Oh, bless it.
So I just want to make that perfectly clear that me not liking Kendrick does not mean that I would have wanted to be a slave. Come on, stop it. Like,
That was like I feel like there's plenty other levels to get to before you become a slave if you don't like Kendrick.
no, someone literally said that on my TikTok for real. Talking about you're one of those people that Harriet was trying to free and then some. I'm like, stop it, stop it, because I would have want my freedom. Stop. Stop the nonsense. Okay, so my best friend is the main one. So let me go ahead and read her comments on here. She said, I'm surprised you didn't go down another rabbit hole trying to understand their brief. It did go over your head because it wasn't legally blonde. I want to be entertained. Let me just say this. I want to be entertained. That's why I watch some of the things that I watched because I want to be entertained. That's why I'm hoping you're watching this podcast because you want to be entertained by me and Mila. I don't want to like. Don't get me wrong. We're intelligent individuals, and we have a lot of knowledge, and sometimes we share that knowledge with you all. But at the end of the
At
day, we
least you
want
would be
to
a house slave.
you know what? First of all, again, nothing about this says I don't want my own freedom. Like, and what I think is also hilarious to me is all like there is literally when I tell you Twitter is a bad place to go on, X, whatever you want to call it, that's a bad place. There is people talking about how much of a patriotic performance it was because they had red, white, and blue on.
I,
That's why all opinions matter. All opinions matter.
I looking at the underlining tone again. The thing is, we had Uncle Sam, which was Samuel Jackson. So you know, we yeah, we could read into it a lot. Uh, give like I say, he is more of your education. He's I don't want to say woke because I feel like that, but again, he's more of trying to provide. He's giving us thought. Let's say food for thought to make us think, uh, and educating us. But I think the underlying tone of it was again is that it's a game. This the America was built on our backs. We did and created everything. Then you had what was the other thing? I think like the
They were
street
talking about
lights,
prison. He was talking about prison.
prison. Yeah, so I think a lot of it, if you go back and just kind of look at how you see, but you have to be a Kendrick fan and to kind
Again,
of and there's nothing wrong with if you're not a Kendrick fan. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, you just have to kind of know, I guess, the direction he was going in and what he was trying to do. Again, like he said, the revolution gonna be televised. You know, you picked the wrong guy the right day or wrong. I can't remember how he said it, but again, I think if he just wouldn't your typical. He's not your typical type of rapper that's like New Orleans. you know.
This is the thing, because people are like, oh my goodness, people really wanted to go see Lil Wayne do Licking Like a Lollipop. Baby, I wasn't trying to see Lil Wayne. Baby, juvenile me. If we get in New Orleans and we in Louisiana, you got a juvenile me. I don't
Well,
care
and you
about
got
Lil
the
Wayne
to
I
me
don't care about Lil Wayne like that either, but at least I know Lil Wayne songs. But I would have much rather preferred, like I said on the tick in the top, I would have much rather Southern and Gremlin went out there with their HBCU marching bands, because I at least find marching bands entertaining.
but
If
and
they
again
would have
I
got
think
together at the end and said they not like us, and I would have been like, great halftime show, bravo. But I don't know Kendrick. He- I don't. I'm not his. I am not. I'm not a. I'm also not a rap girl anyway. Like,
right.
I'm not a rap girl. I'm not a
Hmm.
person that likes to listen to rap. So unless it's juvenile or something like that, and he ain't twins. Like, I'm in that era. I'm not caring about these other people. No, I don't listen to no Future. Do I listen to Drake? Yes, I listen to Drake because Drake has some songs with Rihanna. So therefore, naturally, yes, I listen to Drake. Do I buy his stuff? Absolutely not. I don't buy his stuff.
Right.
But at least I know his songs. I don't think that, because, okay, and I have video proof of this, because I wanted video proof to make sure that when I say this on this podcast or wherever I said it, that I got evidence to back it up. Now, granted, we was in the club level or whatever, and
Hmm.
because that's where everybody's pretty much inside, because like I said, it was cold, it was raining, a lot of things going on. There was hundreds of people in there. And when I tell you, the only people that was up was this one right here.
And the young fella that was next to me, and
Yes,
the girl that was behind me.
yes. I think her name Carolyn. I
Uh
got to
huh.
double check. But yes, and shout out to her again, because she helped us get some subscribers. So thank you for that.
Oh, and shout out, and then also to the little boy that was on that clapping because he knew what was going on. He knew Kendrick.
Yes, yes. That group of section that we was helping, we was willing to help with their their photo booth. Because those were the same guys.
Yeah. So again, but I mean,
But
we
nobody
have to,
nobody said anything other than when they said A minor. Nobody was up, but Mila and the guy and the girl, and then the group of guys that we saw, like little teenagers or whatever, that was
hmm.
doing the photo booth. Nobody else was up. People started getting up when Not Like That came on, and everybody was like, A minor. Like,
But you have to.
you would have literally thought, like, literally church has more excitement and entertainment than that. Like, you would literally think somebody was literally at a church, because everybody was in their seat, but those two sets of groups.
But we have to think. I think of it like this too. Again, is that considering? I mean, Kendrick is out. I mean, he's definitely a top notch rapper. Uh, but I think with him again, that platform there will probably give him a little bit more extra followers and fans, but you have to like it. I mean, and it's not for everybody. Just like SZA, her songs, baby, I couldn't tell you, honey, my man is your man, yeah, all that carrying on she do, not for me. Uh, but again, it's to each his own. But if you go back and look at it and like, because we were there amongst everybody, so we really
Yeah.
couldn't pay attention to it. But when I watched it again and caught everything that he was kind of putting in there, it made sense uh to me of what he did. But again, is Kendrick, and I think he's definitely hyped now with the "They Not Like Us" song. Because again, with Drake, being what he is, and again, like he said, I want to perform it. I think like maybe when it came out, but he was like, people want to sue. So he is acknowledging, that Drake gonna sue him, want to sue him, tried to sue him,
As
all
he
this, that, and
should.
the third.
As he should.
Huh?
As he should. Because think about this. Imagine uh someone's basically saying you a pedophile, especially if you're not. I don't know any better. If especially if you're not, like how defaming that is. You see what I'm saying?
But
So
this is the
I'll be ready
thing.
to be like, let me sue you too. Like,
No, this is my thing.
so you just
We
gonna let
know,
people be out here saying anything about you?
but this is
Absolutely
the
not.
thing. We know how Drake operates and what he does, and I think I had this conversation with Jalea the other day or one time. Is that Drake started this mess? He can't be mad because Kendrick finished it. He putting your business out there. It's tit for tat. If you in a beef, you gonna hit below the belt and you gonna say some stuff. And if Drake know he if he don't like him young, he wouldn't have been after that little girl Billy that was what's her name? Little Bobby Billy or whatever that was in Stranger Things. He was hooked on her.
You
You
better
see what
not
I'm
be
saying?
saying Bobby Boucher because I don't know who you talking about. But I don't know that girl name. I know
The
who
little
you.
girl that yeah.
I never watched Stranger Things, but I know the girl you talking about. But
Yeah. He loved her. Clearly
maybe
she's
Bobby
definitely
Billy or something. Maybe.
something like that. Clearly she's young. You see what I'm saying? So there are things that he has done that again people know and ain't nobody called him out on it or whatever.
Millie
So
Bobby
he
Brown.
can't
Millie Bobby Brown.
okay, Millie. And so my thing is this is that you can't get mad because people calling you out on stuff that you done did out in social media and all of that stuff. You know, don't get me, you're on the same record label. How you gonna sue the record label and you own it
He
and
definitely
get
should.
mad? The record label goal is to make money. Bottom line, they making money. I feel like Drake is causing more attention to himself. If you know these things are not true, you can go out there and say it ain't true. But why you gonna go out there and sue?
Because you won't want nobody to say that about you.
I
Come
wouldn't want
on now,
nobody to
be
say
for
it.
real. Be for
Now
real.
that's true. I wouldn't want nobody to say it. But again, he shouldn't have started it if he didn't want nobody to end it. That's what beefs do. They bring up foolishness and all of that. He running around here was hiding the whole son. Didn't want to say I wasn't hiding my son. I was hiding him from the world. Da. No, let's
That
take look.
that's the wrong beef. That wasn't the beef with Kendrick.
Right, but that was with Pusha T. That was with Pusha T. So again, Drake don't want to. He wants to be certified lover boy. All this, that, and the third. Let me tell you, you take Drake out of Toronto, place him in the hood. I bet you $5 that rascal wouldn't know what to do when he was in the hood. He wouldn't know. He ain't hood.
I don't I don't think you gotta be hood to be able to be in the hood. Like,
Drake wants to be hood. Drake wants to be black. And he's half black because his daddy black, mama white. But
now
he wants to
keep
be,
in mind, Kendrick kids is by
and that's facts.
a non black woman.
That's fact. But again, we have to look at it like this too. Where he's from that era, from California, they all go with somebody that don't look like us because that's probably all he got there. I wouldn't say all he got, but that's what he grew up around. So we have to look at where people live at and what they're accustomed to dating. So, but again,
But how you gonna criticize
Drake want to
Drake?
be bad.
How you
Drake
gonna
got
criticize
mad at.
Drake for being biracial, but then you created biracial kids? Now
But
make that
Drake running around
in the
acting like
words
he
of
bad
most people,
big.
make that make sense. And Kendrick kids are and Kendrick kids are young. You don't know what how they gonna grow up.
Well, one of them already look black, already the little girl. Them children look like they certified black. Drake little boy look like he albino. Nothing against the children that's nothing against the baby and albinos, but that's what he look like. He don't look nothing like
Well, his mama
uh
white.
again. Drake,
But there's
my thing
also
is
biracial kids that come out. One of them look black and one of them look white.
that look what's that girl? I think her
I
children
have
are
a I
the
have a
cutest.
niece that that's biracial, and she pretty much look like, well, now she's starting to look like a little mixed girl, but
Gabby
before that,
Sidibe. Her children, they are the cutest little twins that I celebrity twins I done seen. One is her color, what is the husband color, but they too cute. So I ain't got nothing against biracial children. But again, we talking about Drake. Drake started this mess when he talking about he was the top and the best. Boy, you was on Degrassi. You done rap, you done sing, you do all that jazz. Some things you just don't need. That you don't have a dog in this fight. Let it go. If he'd have just let it die down, give us a good little bop for the summer spring. We good. Now ain't nobody gonna be listening to nothing he say.
well, no, because Drake was overseas performing to a sold out crowd. It looks like he was a sold out crowd, so
I'm
he
talking about
was.
Drake.
That's what I'm saying. Drake was overseas performing. I
He
think
in
they said he was in Japan or somewhere. I don't
he is
know.
over there in I was gonna say Alaska, not Alaska, Australia
Oh, okay.
performing. He know the block too hot around here. Ain't nobody gonna
Well,
go listen to him.
he's on a tour. He was on a tour.
He going with it where ain't nobody gonna really, ruffle his feathers. Again, you started the beef. You can't be mad when somebody finish it. Now, if you go out there and say, "Hey, I'm not a pedophile. I don't like them young," okay, say that, and then we can move on. Clear your
Also,
lane.
in my apologies, apparently, um, Kendrick Lamar girlfriend slash fiance is biracial again, just like Drake.
Again, Drake just mad because again he done had to take a L publicly, but that's what most rappers do when they in a beef. They take a L and they keep on going. They bounce back and come on back with a nice little bop. Drake doing all this stuff, and I feel like he just add more fuel to the fire, and that is ain't nobody really gonna rock with him. He probably he still has his fans, but I just think right now people just gonna look at him as a sore loser.
Well, I want to say I found a tribe of my people. There's a lot of people that feel the same way that I felt about that performance. Shout out to the people. Again, it takes all kinds of opinions, takes all kind of perspective, and not everybody is gonna like the same thing, and
And that's
that's
fine.
what
That's what
makes
makes
this
the
world
world
a
go
great
round.
place. Okay, so but it still was boring. I still want to say that for the record, just so nobody is confused.
Well,
Just
I
so
liked it, but you know what? And Drake, take your L and let's move on. Cause we not going in. We got too much going on in the 20 and the 25 for him to be in his feelings. About all of this. The man done won 5 Grammys. Let's go and get you a Grammy, Drake, by the end of the year. Put a nice little song out there for the summertime. And let's be friends.
I also want to shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. Shout out to my quarterback, former Alabama football player and quarterback, Jalen Hurts, for being winning the MVP for the Super Bowl.
And going
Um,
to Disney World.
and Autumn Lockwood, who we discussed last week, she won her first Super Bowl ring, whatever they win, whatever they get.
Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah, but I don't. She don't get it. She just had a picture with it. I think they get a ring. They get a
They
Super
get a
Bowl.
ring. Everybody get a ring. You get a
And
ring.
hopefully
You get
she
a
going
ring.
to. Hopefully she going to Disney too.
She going to Disney?
Yeah, I want her to. I don't know. Why I say so.
Well, she going to Disney World. Let's tell her. Baby girl, you going to Disney World.
Do not ask us to pay for it because
Not at all.
we can't do that. You gotta you ask Jalen.
But we can advocate for you to go.
Okay. We ain't got
We'll
money
send a
like
few messages and emails if you want us to.
yeah, we ain't got money. We ain't got money like that. And also make sure if you like our podcast, make sure you're if you like this episode, make sure you're going out there and liking this episode on YouTube. Um
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So this week Mila is gonna do whatever she wants to do to represent Black history and her shout outs. Is she gonna do a poem? I don't know. I don't know if she
Not no poem, baby. Not no poem at all. I don't have a poem. Not still I rise in Sister Maya. No poem. But as we are winding down the month of February for the Black History, uh, I would say do a good deed for Black History. And also to just do a little research and see uh, what is Black History in your city. I know that I know on the social media I posted that Cheney University was the first HBCU in Cheney, Philadelphia. So I did not know that, and we have um, and what? Oh God, I was the Bradley man. I can't think of his name. He was on 60. He was a good looking man too. Uh, was an alumni there. So do some research and see. We in Nashville we have how many HBCUs here? We have TSU, we have Fisk, and we have American Baptist College in Nashville.
is
Um,
is Trevecca HBCU? I don't know any
no,
better.
no,
Oh,
ma'am,
okay. I didn't know.
no. Uh, and then in Knoxville, there is Knoxville College, but they're more online now.
Mm.
And then in West Tennessee, we have Lemoyne Owen, and we have oh God, Lane. I think it's Lane.
You missed one. So there's also Meharry Medical.
My Harry, yeah. Oh, how could I forget my Harry?
Yeah.
Um, So in West Tennessee, Lemoyne Owen and Lane College, uh, Nashville, American Baptist, Meharry, TSU, and Fisk, and then in East Tennessee, Knoxville College. They're online. I think they don't have any students on campus, but they're more online. So know what your HBCUs are in your state. We all need to do better in funding our HBCUs because I know I'm an alumni, of course, of Alabama A&M University, and so we definitely need to do better to make sure that our schools are funded and have what they need. Considering the current administration, those funds may be cut and limited. So we want to make sure that uh, our students and the future are able to, go to these schools and get the education that they need. So support your HBCUs.
Yes.
And
And
that is it.
for episode number 12, a real Life is Friends podcast. This is Kimberly
And I'm Mila.
and peace up, A Town.
Boop, 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 boop.
We did not have licensing or responsibilities for that.
Girl, what's going on? I hear some dog. What's going